Hello YouTube, A7X Rob Raccoon A7X here with, as you can see from the video title on this first slide right here, going to be doing a video on my top 12 favorite Pokemon, without including any legendaries or starter, because let's face it, I did one with legendaries and starters, and I think I did a re-upload of that or changed it, and I remember I did have a list ready for my favorites without legendaries, but if I put starters on here, it would take up 3 of the 12 slots, and I feel like people always put starters and legendaries in their lists. So I am going to do separate videos for those, and since we did get introduced to Generation 6 in October, I feel like now would be a good time to redo this list. And it was very hard for me to do this list. I try to not concentrate on putting so many from my favorite generation in here and my favorite type, and sadly that didn't happen. I actually think we have, I think 5, or now either 5 or 6 are from Generation 3. I think 4 or 5 are from Generation 2. I only have one Gen 1 Pokemon on here. I have one Gen 5, one Gen 4, which barely got in here, and one Gen 6. I felt like I had to put at least one from every generation. And I could just make lists of my favorite Pokemon from every generation, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing in the future. But this one was really hard. Oh, man. And even my number 12 right here was actually going to cheat with my number 12 and put 2 Pokemon. And I did do that, I think, twice on this list. I was going to put Evolutions, but would have been a tie between Glaceon, Vaporeon, and Umbreon. I love them all way too much. And I couldn't pick between just one of those. So I didn't put any Evolutions on the list either. So first up on the, number 12 on the list is Nitric. I totally forgot this one even got a Mega Evolution, which looks cool. But Nitric, I loved it in Generation 3. I love electric types. And I just love the color scheme on this. I was going to make this Manectric and Luxray, but I decided just to put Manectric in there since it does have that Mega Evolution, and I have more nostalgic memories with Manectric. I almost always had one on my team in Sapphire and Emerald. It is one of my favorite electric types. It was just cool because, as a kid you always wanted a dog, and that's why you kind of like the Evolutions, even though I guess they're kind of more like cats in a way. But if I ever had a pet, I would always imagine myself having like a Manectric instead of like a Houndoom or something. Or Houndoom, That's why it's only number 12 on my list. Number 11 is Ariados, and really what got me to like Ariados was the Pokemon Heroes movie. Don't know why, I just liked how, I guess, evil it was. And sneaky and whatnot. I know we're not all that big of fans of spiders in real life, but Ariados is cool. And this was also, I was thinking either Ariados or Galvantula, but I had to go with Ariados. Ariados is awesome. Probably my favorite poison type, too. Number 10 on my list is Chandelure, the only Gen 5 Pokemon on this list. And let me just say, I'm not a big fan of Gen 5. If it weren't for Chandelure, Galvantula, and a couple other Pokemon, I would totally hate Gen 5. But Chandelure is an awesome Ghost Fire type. And this is the only Fire type on the list, guys. No, I just love the design on Chandelure. I know it's a chandelier and all, but still, it looks awesome. It looks creepy. It looks scary. It, in a way, looks menacing. But still awesome. Especially if you're the Pokedex entry for this. Oh, man. So that's number 10, I think. Number 9 on my list is Honedge. I don't know why, but this Pokemon always reminds me of Chrom from Fire Emblem, which is why he's in the background. And I even named my Honedge, which is now an Aggie/Chrom in my game. It's actually a theme in my Pokemon X game. All my Pokemon that I would play competitively are named after Fire Emblem characters. I guess it's because of the colors or something, or because of the sword that reminds me of Chrom, although it looks nothing like the Flatulent or the Exalted Flatulent, but I don't know. Just for some reason, it reminds me of Chrom, and I always wanted a sword-looking Pokemon. Well, either sword or lance-looking Pokemon. If you guys don't know, I love lances as my favorite type of weapon. In, like, RPG games and no, just weapons in general. Lances are my favorite, which also includes spears and javelins and whatnot. But that's why Honedge is on the list. I remember when we were learning about X and Y, I was so fascinated by this Pokemon. Number 8 is Lapras. I did stretch out this image just so it would look better with the C. Sadly, the only Gen 1 Pokemon on here since I didn't put starters. Otherwise, Blastoise would have been here as my number 1. But when I saw Lapras, I'm like, man, why couldn't this be in real life? I always wanted, like, seeing Ash ride it in the anime. And then yourself. Oh, I hate these stupid pop-ups. Anyway. And just seeing it was awesome. And then in X and Y, you get to ride a freaking Lapras in the water, and it actually shows you on the Lapras. And that's what's awesome. It's water ice too, my 2 favorite types right there. But just look how awesome Lapras looks. Like, who would want that as a pet? Come on. I'm losing track of which Pokemon this is. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Oh, I was right. Lucky number 7. I kind of cheated here. Yeah, there's the Sharks wall. That we all know I'm a big Sharks fan, so I had to put Sharpedo, Garchomp, and Mega Garchomp. I know Garchomp is a pseudo-legendary, but that does not mean it's a legendary. That's just a fan term anyway. I love Sharpedo, even though it's not the greatest Pokemon. Love that water-dark combination. Garchomp is like a dragon shark like Pokemon, so that's why it's on there. And its Mega Evolution even looks more menacing. Just look at those claws. They look like they're from a guillotine or something. Or just one of those swinging traps with those... It looks like one of those swinging traps, too. I forget what they call those, but... Yeah, that's why they're my number 7. And number 6... I had to go with the Steelers wallpaper, too. It's my favorite sports franchise, guys. We got my 2 favorite right there, but... Agron. I love... I'm glad I was... excited when they put in Steel types in Generation 2. Steelix is awesome. But Agron is just cooler. And it just looked like a tank. Like, literally, Agron could be the mascot of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm pretty sure nobody would be upset with that or argue. Its Mega Evolution does look a little weird, but I like it still. I love Agron. How can you not love Agron? It's an awesome Steel Rock type, but what I like is, in its Mega Evolution, it's pure Steel. So Fairy types, watch out. That was a weird noise I just made. Trying to do that noise when people, like, squint one eye and, like, do the hand motion. You guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, I do hate the number 6 too, but I'll talk about that. I don't know when, but I have my reasons. Number 5, Crobat. Do I really need to say why? Do I really need to say why Crobat is number 5? It's the cartoon version of the Deathbat, in my opinion, and I'm a huge Avenged Sevenfold fan, so of course it's going to be on this list. Yeah. Pretty much enough said right there. Don't really need to explain much. Pain in the ass to get, but still. And it is an awesome flying type. Number 4 on the list, Ampharos. Probably my favorite electric type. It gets hair when it Mega Evolves. Loved it in the anime. Loved how Jasmine had one. Steelers colors on it. No, as a kid, I loved Ampharos. Many fans love Ampharos for many reasons. I don't really need to... Yeah, Dad? Coming! I'll be right back, guys, with the rest of the video. I just have to press the pause button, which is awesome. Anywho, there isn't anything much to say about Ampharos that hasn't been said already, and Ampharos has been on my list before, so... not really more I have to say. So let me pause the video and I'll be right back with the rest. Okay, I'm back. And number 3 on my list is a Pokemon that should get a Mega Evolution, and many of you think should not get a Mega Evolution because it's so OP anyway. Salamence. My favorite dragon. Back when I was younger, my cousin Kareem and he liked Flygon, he loved Flygon, I loved Salamence. And we always argued which one was better and why, and we all know it's Salamence, so yes. Once again, we all know why Salamence is such a great dragon Pokemon. And why it's such a great Pokemon in general. Don't really need to say much about Salamence anymore, do I? I do love how it looks, and it's just so awesome that that it wished for its wings. I mean, when you first look at it, you don't think it could fly because of how its legs are, but it could fly, and it's a beast, and it's awesome. And it's a dragon. Alrighty. Number 2 on my list. My first Pokemon I ever got to level 100. Legitly. Lantern. Love Lantern. Loved it in the anime. It's another Pokemon I wish I had. It's another Pokemon that I wish if Pokemon were in real life that I can have. It'd be so fun to swim with this. With Lantern. Once again, it has my second favorite color combination of blue and yellow. And it just looks like a fun and playful Pokemon. Yeah, Dad? Alright. Okay, I'm almost done. Sorry about that, guys. Anyway. Take probiotic pills. They're awesome. Anyway. Yeah, I wish Lantern also got a Mega Evolution, but I caught one in Sapphire and got it to level 100. I lost that Sapphire, though, which made me sad. So I don't have, you know, my first Pokemon I ever got to level 100, sadly. But it's okay. So you hold a special place in my heart there, Lantern. And that's why I like you. My number 1, if you guys know me for a while, my friend, for those of you who've watched me for a very long time on YouTube, you should already know what my number 1 is, and that's Gardevoir. Mega version looks like it's from Paper Mario, which is still cool. Shiner version is better looking. But they should have gone with the older Mega Evolution look from, I forget, it's from the Silver something. I forgot what it was. My bad, but that artwork looks cool. Why I love Gardevoir so much? Well, number 1, because of the feminine appearance, and number 2, the fact that it acts as a guardian, which I always think is awesome. And I always like the defensive guardian characters in shows, animes, what else? Shows, animes, and games. Like, that's the character I always want. Like, I'd be a guardian with a giant shield and wield a lance. That's what Gardevoir reminds me of. The fact that she protects her trainer. It's so cool. And you see that in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. And that's why Gardevoir is my number 1. And plus now it's a Psychic Fairy type. So it's even more awesome of a Pokemon. I don't have one on my team yet though. I'm leveling one up. I gotta get it ready for this tournament I'm in next week, which I'm going to do a video on. Because the channel's still looking for more participants. I'll do that video tomorrow though for you guys. So I'll do a quick rundown. And that'll be it. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe. And as usual in the comment section below or as a video response, let me know your top favorite Pokemon, whether it's top 5, 10, 11, 12. Coming! Just let me know, guys. So here's a quick rundown. Alrighty, bye YouTube.